True news and reviews. We back with another one. We got Chaino up, man. What's up
Oh,
with
you
it?
gonna start off with the
I
Chaino
gotta start
stuff?
off with
Damn.
Chaino, man. I gotta start it off like
Oh
that.
man. Well, yeah, Chaino. But now you got me saying it. Maino is
Yeah.
clearing the air about the myths that have been spread about Troy Ave. I mean, in Irving Plaza and everything. We know Troy Ave said that he's a roach nigga. You feel me? You can't leave your things around him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wondering why he held on to the chain for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? If that was his homeboy and he was cool. Spoiler alert, he dies a lot of questions about the damn chain. We're never going to find out why the chain was
Dang.
still shiny and pearly and
Why he
preserved for
do us
7
like that?
years.
Yeah.
But before we get into all of that, man, tell the people what they got to do, Bob.
Oh yeah, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. We give y'all unbiased on both ends of great content. So we know y'all be watching, man. Just make sure it's free. Just show love and just hit that subscribe button, man. Get us to
Damn right.
1,000.
Damn right. We trying to get to 1,000 right now. You see, we close. Don't be a hating ass nigga, man. Congratulate the real ones. But moving on, back to Maino. Now we gonna
Right.
get into the Troy Ave stuff because he did mention some stuff. He basically called Troy Ave a snitch and said that rats shouldn't have a voice. But a theme of the interview was a lie unchallenged becomes the truth.
It's
A
some truth to
lie
that. Some
unchallenged
truth to
becomes the
that.
truth. So I do respect Maino for taking his problems head on and coming on Queen's Flip to address it. He not gonna get even though they are close friends, him and Queen's Flip, you know what I'm saying? He's on his side a little bit. Queen's Flip is not gonna give him a softball ass interview. So I respected that we get to get the issues out on the table. The
Okay.
first issue that came up was the stuff with Boxing Bar.
Yeah.
Boxing Bar, like Maino cut Boxing Bar cut him. We know that Wack 100 recorded the conversation. What do you make of that? You heard the interview with Wack and Boxing
Yeah, I
Bar.
think that was a little slimy of Wack 100. I think Wack 100 and Maino are kind of like the same kind of animal, your backyard bullies. So I think that yeah, they pulling some of the tactics that bullies pull, and I think that's what Wack did the Boxing Bar to get one up on Maino, and Maino was like, dang, they recording, you know, they doing all this to try to take me down. So it's like
Yeah, I didn't like that. It's good content. I ain't gonna lie. I see where Wack was coming from with the whole recording the conversation, but it was deceitful. I don't think Boxing Bar was aware that he was being recorded. It sounded like Boxing Bar was trying to get some money out of that interview. So, but they both had like the nefarious motives, if you ask me. Both Boxing Bar and Wack. So
Right.
they're both trying to come up with this story to maybe defame Maino. Honestly, I don't think that hurt Maino's credibility at all. Anybody who been in the streets, we
Mm.
all catch a bad one now and again. Nobody's
Yeah.
really gonna fault Maino for getting cut. They're saying that they had run-ins after, but I mean, I don't think that
Right.
really matters in the whole scheme of things. So he did address that. It wasn't just like he went to the interview to talk about Troy Ave. Apparently, Maino has beef with a lot of people, so he was straightening that. He said that he
Mm.
thinks Wack was getting involved with the situation so he could try to sell the story. I don't think he's far off base with that.
No. No.
Another thing too, I want to keep in mind: there's something called straw man arguing. Where you kind of make somebody's argument or you kind of mischaracterize it to make it seem smaller and get them out there. I'm gonna try to steal Maino's argument here. It's gonna be real easy to pile on Maino at this one time. We heard the fire ass diss track from Troy Ave and everything like that. So I'm gonna really try to see where Maino's coming from. He said that Troy Ave has been spreading rumors about things that never happened. Troy Ave gets
No.
brought up for the first time about 12
No.
minutes
He
and
spread.
38 seconds into the interview.
Right.
He low key calls Troy Ave a snitch. He says that you can't get into something as a street guy, and then if it don't go your way, you cooperate with the police. We know that Troy Ave
I
did take the
disagree.
stand.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Okay,
but I
go
disagree
ahead.
because we got Maino, we got my son. These guys are claiming that Troy Ave was never really street. So I come back to this point is if you guys were saying he was never really street and he got on that stand and this man was at work to perform and he got on that stand and did what he did and you guys are saying he's in the streets and talking about his image that he's trying to sell a product, what are we talking about? If he ain't really street and he got on that stand, what are you saying? You saying the guy wasn't never really a gangster anyway, you know? So that's where I'm at with it with Mano.
I
He's
don't
not.
think the question is whether he was I mean, gangster,
They
the
say he
word
was
that
selling
means.
CDs at the store. They say he was just a little hustler. So it's like, what y'all like?
I mean, gangster, we could be talking past each other with that because people will say, oh, he's a gangster, but he's not really a gangster. What they're saying is the rules that he's saying that he's upholding, he violated them by taking the stand. If you're a street guy and you get into beef and some shit happens, you can't never cooperate. And we know Troy Ave took the stand. That's the standards he's using to call Troy Ave a snitch. What I did
Okay,
notice though, he didn't bring up anything about Tax Stone writing a letter to the judge. Or anything like that.
right.
So that's pretty high standards. I didn't know about this beef, but there's been some talk about Raw Diggs, a guy. I'm just not familiar with it, y'all. Get me up to speed in the comments. But they're saying that Raw Diggs shut down a video shoot of Maino's, and Maino said that they had a beef between both of their crews that didn't directly involve them, and that's how they met. But they cleared that up. They might have had a few misunderstandings, but he said the Raw Dig rumors about him shutting down his video or harming his brother. He said that stuff is just rumors. A real good on Queen's flip part at one part of the interview. It's about 20 minutes and 50 seconds in. He asked Maino, did he regret going live on China Mac's platform? And Maino expressed regret about that. He even went as far as to say that he had his kid take away his phone because he said he just got so frustrated about what he was seeing online and caused him to lash out and kind of get into his feelings. He got emotional. What do you make of that, Bob?
Yeah, yeah, he seemed very emotional. You know, Wack seemed like he was very calm and he struck a button to him. So it just seemed like he got, Wack took advantage of him. Wack made him look like somebody that can't control their emotions, somebody that gets mad and just resorts to violence or resorts to, so yeah.
Well, Maino has made no I don't know. Like, I was gonna say that Maino has always said that he's somebody who likes to resort to violence. He said that on that live, like, let's get to the violence. But during this interview, at about 27 minutes in, he said, "You can't find any footage where I ever said that I was a gangster."
To Mano, yeah.
Maino said that. Maino said that there's no footage online where he ever said that he's a gangster. That's
And
what
you got
Maino
some,
said.
and you pulled up some.
I mean, he does have a song called Gangster. I seen the nigga slapping people up and making threats and shit. And he did talk about playing
He
razor
do be
tag in
lying,
prison and
yeah.
everything like that. So I don't, that's what I tried to say earlier. Like, people use gangster to mean different things. I don't know what he exactly is saying, but he claimed he never said that he was a gangster, but he definitely seemed like he was pushing that kind of image to
Yeah.
me.
Mano does not have a good PR team right now. He's not winning
You don't think
the
that this
people's
this
opinion.
interview might have helped him like
Nah,
clear the air, like, you know what I'm saying?
no.
Because
I'm gonna bring a very clip. You think I should play it right here? I could play it right here. I'm gonna bring this clip. I feel like is the most damaging to this whole interview. I think that when people hear
oh,
this part of the clip and when they know that Queen's Flip cannot say challenging questions to Mano and he dodges them, he cuts them off, and you see if you want to go to that 935 so they can say you see the energy that even Queen's Flip was frustrated. So I think this is going to turn people off. When they see that, they're going to say, yeah, he can't hold him accountable. He can't ask him questions that's going to be, because this guy's just going to try to bully the conversation, cut him off, and just kill everything that they say. And I did catch a little edit in there too. I think this is a homie friend thing. You know, I think they're not going to let him say too much, anything too wild, and that messed up his credibility.
Oh,
With a mop stick, or the nigga that
Yeah.
punch me in the head, or like punch me in, like what, like this is battle. This is it's not pretty. Like, you understand, we at war. We young niggas standing on something. But the issue is that niggas is being used to further other niggas' campaigns.
So here's the thing. We heard that you and Wack been going back and forth.
Nah, ain't no back and forth.
All right, but Wack had some comments to say about you, and he expressed why he was upset. He said that he was upset, allegedly, that he was upset because somebody was in Brooklyn and
fuck all that. This is what I'm saying.
Hold on, nigga. Don't start your shit.
But here's the thing.
Come on.
Here's the thing.
Don't start that.
Let me. Here's the thing.
Why you doing that to me?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know why? I'm gonna say we can't give credence to lies. We can't give credence to niggas making up stories, and that.
Yeah, that was the turning point for you, where you just
here, like when I heard Queen's Flip say, "Why you doing me like this? I'm your man." You know what?
Listen, I don't know how when did you discover Queen's Flip? How long you been watching his interviews?
Man, I first was seeing Queen's Flip when we was in New York, man. I remember, and that was that was some years ago. So
okay, so by now you don't understand his interview style. You don't understand that that's exaggeration. Like that's joking. His interview style is aggressive. He's not.
But it
Maino wasn't doing
like
anything to him. All Maino said was "fuck that," and he's acting like, "Oh, what are you doing that to me for?" Like acting like as if Maino's bullying him. That's just his style. That wasn't no big deal.
So that's okay. All right. Well,
that wasn't no big deal.
To me, it seems like Maino is not. He's dodging questions that he can answer straight up and give us a solid answer.
Now, I did see people in the comments saying that, like, he didn't really directly address why he had that chain, how he was able to acquire that chain. He didn't answer the charges about him being a roach ass nigga, you know, pilfering shit on the scene of the crime. So, yeah, I'll give you that, but I don't think that it was as softball as an interview as you might be trying to characterize it as. Another notable point for me. He said he dissed niggas on Clubhouse, man. He said, you know, Clubhouse is just a bunch of niggas talking to other niggas who they don't know about shit they don't know. Shit they don't know about.
It sounded cool.
That sounds accurate to you?
I said it sounds cool. No, I don't know if it's accurate, you know.
Okay.
But
one of his strongest points of the interview, which I definitely have to agree with, he says some niggas ain't gonna like you, you know, just because you being you. Maybe some of the people that got stuff to say about Mango, maybe it's not all in good faith. It feels like I heard somebody say one time, you know, peace is about not trying to explain things to people who are dedicated or committed to misunderstanding you. Do you think there's anything that Maino's going to be able to explain away in this interview that's going to make people stop feeling like he's Chano? Like, do you think that the damage that's been done to his reputation by Troy Ave just leaves it in a place where it's in shambles, it's irretrievably broken? Like, could he say the right thing here? I'm asking.
He can, but he didn't, because he said something important in his interview. He said that, you know, I've gave it out way more than I received it. So, you know, the fact that he is, you know, claiming that he, you know, issued out pain and, you know, bloodshed more than he had received it, and he's good with it. And it's like, this is why people, you know, people don't like individuals like that, you know.
At about 32 minutes in, he said that he didn't run out of his shoes like a lot of, like they were saying on Troy Ave shit. He said he was the last person on the scene, And he said that Rat shouldn't have a voice. He said that he don't even understand how 6ix9ine was able to come back and fuck all the bitches, or he does understand it. He says it was because people don't really care about the snitching stuff. So, what do you say to that? Like, should we be more harder on Troy Ave for being a snitch?
Should we be more hard on Troy Ave for being a snitch?
Yeah.
Now, me,
these are Maino's words. He said Rat should not have a voice, and he's implying that they shouldn't really be getting pussy when they come out of jail either.
that seems more hating, man. Everybody is not signed up for the rules of the streets that it is, and I don't think Tax was, man. I think Tax was a hustler. He was making money. I think he was doing his music. I don't think as far as a
You mean
gangster,
Troy Ave was? You don't
Troy
think
Ave.
Troy Ave was a street
Yeah,
guy?
yeah. Just
So the
like they
bricks in
saying,
my backpack, the Harry Powder stuff, all of that stuff. He called himself New Pop, but that's just an image. He's not a real street guy. He don't have to, adhere to street rules. That's what you're saying. He's more like a civilian.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what it
Okay.
seems like to me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, uh, so basically, what I'm saying with, I don't feel that he has to hold this up with and it now with 6ix9ine, I feel like he was claiming that he was in that throwing up a flag, like, I do this, I'm banging with these guys. I think to even mix these two is not even right. I think it's not accurate. We're talking about life and death in a shooting situation, and we're talking about gang and Rico. So
Well, I'll say this. At one point in the interview, about 40 minutes in, Queen's Flip asked him, is there any YouTubers that he respects? And he didn't bring us up, bro. But he
he ain't
did
bring us
mention
up.
that. Nah, he didn't bring
Damn.
us up. I felt a little bit slighted, but he did mention Zip with the
No,
drip.
we wasn't giving him
I guess we
favorable.
wasn't on his radar, you know what I'm saying? He mentioned
Yeah.
Zip with the drip, and he also addressed Hassan Campbell. He said he ran into Hassan Campbell. He says Hassan Campbell, he don't have a problem with Hassan giving him his opinion, even though Hassan be going in on him. He just would like Hassan to stop lying. And he said he never came to Brooklyn looking for him. He said his life has been too good. He ain't looked for niggas in years. And he went on to plug his restaurant, Chelsea House. He said if anybody got a problem and they want to have a question or I guess a grievance, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he said if you got some issues that you want to bring and get off your chest, come to see him at Chelsea House. And he's willing to have a conversation. He didn't make any threats of violence. He said he's willing to talk. He said anybody. He didn't say Troy Ave by name or anything. He just said anybody could come talk with him. So I don't know.
That's real.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
hey, listen. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section, man. Did this help Maino's career image, or to me, it seemed like he was ducking. It seemed like he didn't want to answer certain questions that would have made this interview to set his image straight. He could have said some things. He could have thought about some things. I could have helped him.
Maybe
Hey man,
tell
these people this.
I don't think he wants to really explain why he got the chain.
Yeah, I think that video of seeing him with the chain, it gave away. He didn't do enough thought process. He didn't think it out all the way, and he didn't know how big the internet was, and it like woke him up now. Like, damn, the internet ain't no joke. So,
yeah,
yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We're gonna catch y'all in the next one.